So Hammersmith Bridge, back to a very local and disastrous, quite frankly, ongoing saga of a bridge that's fallen into disrepair. This is so disruptive to businesses and the population alike. So what is your view on that? Where are we at?
Well, the immediate resolution that we need and that we are seeking, myself and the leader of Richmond Council and, other MPs and council leaders from around the area, the immediate solution is we must get the DfT to commit to paying for the repairs. They're the only body that has sufficient funds. Because we're in the situation that we're in because some time ago the decision was made that these bridges over the Thames should be the responsibility of the local council. Well, that slightly ludicrous decision has given rise to the situation we're in, where it's Hammersmith and Fulham's responsibility to maintain it, but they don't have the funds necessary, and certainly they can't afford to fix, the very real and profound issues that the bridge has got at the moment. And so they're having to look elsewhere for the funding. So it just kind of points up the ludicrousness of the bridge being their responsibility in the first place, not least because, Hammersmith and Fulham Council are accountable to Hammersmith and Fulham residents. And they don't use the bridge as much as people in Barnes do. But the people in Barnes are looking to Hammersmith and Fulham, but they can't hold them accountable. They can't, demand that they put up the funds. So that's why it's such a ludicrous policy to have local councils in charge of it. But that's also why the DfT have to step in. What we're really pushing hard for, and we have been pushing hard ever since August when the bridge was well, no, before August. I mean, it's been closed to motor traffic since April last year. They have got to step in and underwrite and put up the funds. I know they want to have a discussion with Hammersmith and Fulham about how much they're going to put in. That's fine, but it's going to be in the single figures of millions as opposed to the something close to 150 million that's going to be required. So it is really, really important. And the DfT must do that, and they must do that soon because nothing else can happen until the funds are guaranteed. So that's what we're doing. So, there's a lot of solutions out there. There's a lot of great thinking, a lot of great ideas. We just need the funding, and it has to come from the DfT. So we're continuing to push for that. But it's unbelievably frustrating, particularly for residents and businesses in North Barnes, many of who rely on services and facilities on the other side of the river. The Bridge pub, for example, very reliant on office workers coming over the bridge to find something a little bit more peaceful for their kind of office parties than whatever Central Hammersmith has to offer. People use it for transport connections, and that I think has been the really critical thing that's been missing for a lot of people. People visit the GP on the other side of the river, and lots of school children travelling both ways. So I mean the encouraging news is that I think from February or March there will be a ferry service, so hopefully that will take away some of the issues, but we really need a long-term solution. The DfT must come up with the funds. And I'm getting very frustrated at how long it's taking them to do this. Again, it's kind of political. They don't want to be seen to be spending money in wealthy southwest London, and I keep being told by the minister, we have to get good value for taxpayers in, I forget where, Scunthorpe or Scarborough or somewhere like that. And it's like, well, actually, this is a major artery in London that, creates a lot of wealth for the rest of the country. It can't be the wrong thing to do for anybody to put the money into fixing this bridge. But they're, creating all these reasons not to do it. I'm getting very frustrated. We will certainly be continuing to push the DfT throughout Christmas and into the new year, and nothing can happen until they make that commitment.
And this is certainly something I can bring up with the London Chamber of Commerce, and I will do to try and swing them behind this one.
We need every front pushing the DfT.
Yes. Well, finally,